Zimbabwean police are investigating whether alleged United Kingdom murder fugitive Ndodana Kanyisi Chuma entered Zimbabwe after fleeing Britain, following claims by UK investigators that he crossed into the country before returning to South Africa, where he was eventually arrested. The Zimbabwe Republic Police confirmed it worked closely with UK authorities, Interpol, and South African law enforcement during the international manhunt that led to Chuma's arrest in Johannesburg on Friday. The latest development comes after Bedfordshire Police publicly acknowledged Zimbabweans' assistance in tracing the suspect, who is wanted in connection with 3 murder charges in the United Kingdom. Speaking after the arrest, Bedfordshire Police Senior Investigating Officer, Detective Inspector Lee Martin, said investigators had established that Chuma left the United Kingdom last Saturday, travelled via Dubai to Johannesburg, then crossed into Zimbabwe before later returning to South Africa. Martin said authorities from several countries worked around the clock to track the suspect after the Crown Prosecution Service authorized 3 murder charges. I would like to thank the NCA, Interpol, and authorities in both Zimbabwe and South Africa, as well as the rapid work of the Crown Prosecution Service, which has enabled this to happen so quickly, he said. He also credited media coverage and members of the public in the UK, Zimbabwe, and South Africa for providing information that helped investigators locate Chuma. Despite the account provided by British investigators, National Spokesperson Commissioner Paul Nyati said Zimbabwean authorities have not yet confirmed whether Chuma entered the country. As reported by the Herald Online, Nyati said police were still verifying the claims because there was no record on the suspect's arrival by air. It has been clearly established that he moved from the UK to South Africa. When he came to Zimbabwe, if he came at all, it is not clear because he did not fly. That is the issue, which we are checking now, he said. According to Nyati, verifying movements by road is considerably more difficult than tracking airline passengers because authorities can rely on the flight manifests but not always on bus or road travel record. People are checked by their traveling schedules. If someone boards a flight, the flight system assists in checking that person's movement. But where somebody uses a bus and there are no indications to confirm whether that person was in the bus or not, it becomes very difficult. At the end of the day, it becomes speculation, he said. The Interpol authorities were getting in touch with us. The UK authorities were getting in touch with us, so we were cooperating. He added that investigators from Zimbabwe and the UK remained in constant communication throughout the operations, although he declined to reveal operational details. We were communicating, we were exchanging notes with them, of course. We can't tell the media how we cooperate, but we can safely say we were communicating and exchanging notes with them, Nyati said. The police spokesperson also revealed that investigators had contacted Chuma's relatives in Bulawayo as well as members of his late wife's family as part of the investigation. Chuma remains in custody in South Africa while British authorities prepare to begin extradition proceedings to return him to the United Kingdom, where he is expected to face 3 counts.
I am Detective Inspector Lee Martin, Senior Investigating Officer from the Bedfordshire, Hertfordshire and Cambridgeshire Major Crime Unit. Earlier this week, on Tuesday, we launched a murder investigation after the bodies of Zandali Chuma and her daughters Natalie and Nala were discovered at their home address in Great Denham. On Wednesday, we publicly confirmed that we wanted to speak to Ndodana Chuma, also known as Mark, in connection with their deaths. Mark Chuma left the country on Saturday, flying to Dubai and then on to Johannesburg. He then crossed from South Africa and then into Zimbabwe. We now know, since the previous media statement on Wednesday, he travelled from Zimbabwe to South Africa. We have been working around the clock with national and international law enforcement agencies to secure the necessary documentation for his arrest. And on Thursday evening, the Crown Prosecution Service authorised 3 charges for murder. I can now confirm that today, police in South Africa located and arrested Mark Chuma. He is currently in custody at a police station in South Africa, and we are working to bring him back to the UK. I'd like to thank the NCA, Interpol and authorities in both Zimbabwe and South Africa, as well as the rapid work of the CPS, which has enabled this to happen so quickly. I would also like to thank the media, whose coverage of this case has been vital, and also the public, who came forward here in the UK and also in Zimbabwe and in South Africa to assist in locating him. Finally, I'd like to recognise the efforts of my team and all of those involved in this investigation. There is no place for violence against women and girls in Bedfordshire, and the thoughts of our whole team remain with Zandali, Natalie, Nala, and all of those who knew and loved them.